Hey, beautiful Pisces, how are you? Welcome. I'm back. People have been saying to me, oh my God, you're back. Yes, as many of you know, I'm out on the road. I'm having my own mystical adventure. And what I'm doing is doing my part, according to my guides, to weave together the tapestry they've been talking about incessantly for 2 years now. So there are some changes that are going to be coming to the channel. If you have the time and the patience, there's a long live stream with a lot of chatter that came through, posted. I did it on New Year's Day, actually. So anyways, I wanted to check in. There's a lot of swirl going on with me. I know it's true for you and all the water signs. So today is the 10th. We are having this lunar eclipse in Cancer with Cancer in the North Node. And in 2020, at least for the first half of the year, it's the water signs that are leading us forward energetically with love energy, while the earth signs, particularly Capricorn and Pluto and Saturn, if you do not check in with astrology, I'm urging you to do that, even if it's just this year. All right, so I'm here just to check in, just a brief video. We're not going to do a love reading today. We're just going to start the year checking into this energy that has brought us to a completion point. Things have come to illumination. We're talking about you and your life. We know what's happening in politics and on the news. Don't even have to talk about it because I know you all know. So part of what my guides have been talking about is do not focus there. This year in 2020, we are meant to be weaving the tapestry. Literally, we are going to be engaged in something here at Moonrise Cottage Soul Tarot called Futures Inventions. So we're going to be doing the work we've been prepared for. So beautiful Pisces, for you, check it out right out of the gate. Look at that. The heart of sky, and that's the void. All right, so that's what my guides want to talk about in terms of what's coming forward this year. And, you are the heart of the sky and the void. Pisces, we don't have to talk about it. You folks that have been following along, you know what my guides have been speaking with you about, okay? This is your nature. You are, again, they're saying, and I don't want to offend anybody. I'm just going to channel what's coming through, and it's up to you to sort of understand. And, okay, my guys are talking about take the inference correctly. Okay? So we're talking about Christ consciousness. That's a common phrase that's used to portray a certain type of mystical love, the highest order of love that comes out of the void, the sacred realm. So there's a lot of chatter going on. And basically what my guides are saying is, from any religious tradition, and they're talking now the Buddha's coming through and Muhammad and, all the sacred seers that have come through, including in the sacred feminine realm, there have been many, not talked about as much or in the same way because of where we were at as human beings. But the male and the female, the feminine and the masculine, the void, the heart of the sky, what comes forward from the universe, encapsulated into this place as a Pisces. That's what you're to focus on this coming year in 2020, because it will be critically important for you as an individual to finish the manifestation of your development in order to be present energetically and spiritually for what is coming through to us this year, while Pluto and Saturn and Capricorn, and there's a lot of planets involved, there's going to be kind of a roller coaster. Many moments of inception, my guides are chattering in the background about this year coming forward. So there's you. That's what my guides are saying. There's you. Okay, and check it out. Here's what you're to do. Be with yourself. I wish I could figure out how to channel through the words that match the energy, but know yourself and be in your place, because literally things are coming forward through the passion, the fiery passion of the notation of the being of a water element, while the earth signs are carrying forward the weight, if you will, of the destruction with Pluto and Saturn and the restructuring and the polishing of the energy. The water signs lead us forward. So this first half of the year going to be really important. Know yourself. That keeps coming through. Know yourself, know yourself, know yourself. Trust yourself. Do not question what your particular vibration, your spectral signature is being used for. And just sit right in it. That's why my guides have been talking for so long about get to know your energy. So look at the other water sign readings that have come out. Okay, and if you have the patience and the time and you're bored or whatever, watch that 1.5 hour long video. There are things in there that are probably important to know. All right, so sit in your place. Know that as you vibrate as a Pisces, this is what you're doing, because the universe is doing its job. You are literally here to bring forward the future. So it's a lot, and it's also very simple. Okay, Pisces. So here's the first card out from the Celtic Wisdom deck. Check it out. Look at that. The foundation of skill. 6 of Wands. Victory. Coming off of your energy because you've reached a place of mastery. You've got all the tools you need. You are literally co-creating with the universe. Do you see how you're looking into the void? And there's the void. Do you see? My guides are talking about. So you exist as this. This is the best notation that the guides wanted to use for this day, for this reading. Right? We know that that's how you are, beautiful Pisces, inside your being. So just sit still in yourself and continue to perfect your energy and know that this is the work that's coming forward because you exist. Sacred energy, pulling heart of the sky out of the void because the universe is doing its work. Okay, so we are going to be working on creating things. There's a lot of mystery still. I love that there's a notation of fire energy in this card. Creating out of the void, moments of creation. That's why my guides are talking about futures invention. That's what your energy is literally going to be used for. And look at that. Ooh, it's gave me a shiver. I think this came out for Scorpio as well. So here we have a boat full of souls. They think they can't reach their destination. They feel that all is lost. And yet, if I can get it into the viewfinder, look. You see the sun's coming up? It's the moment before the dawn, the darkest hour. That's where we're at right now. Okay, and the water signs are leading the way. You see yourself standing at the helm of this boat? I think it was Cancer, because we have Cancer in the north node. And so floating on the ocean, trying to find your destination. Okay, my guys just said the 2 words, destination and desperation. It's the moment that we're in. Do not focus on the desperation, focus on the future. Because these people, these souls, are going to reach their destination. The darkness is coming off. That is the 10 of Swords. A cycle has finished. On this very day, I think it's part of why the readings, I kept trying to get them out. And everything I could possibly think of kept getting in the way. And finally, I let it go and just thought, all right, whenever you want them to come out, fine. I'm going to stop trying to control it. Virgo, okay? You know, I want to control it. Look. You are, oh, I'm getting choked up. Pisces, you are the ocean. We know that. That's why the guides are talking about the universal consciousness. It is the water element. And Pisces, you are the universal consciousness on which humanity seeks to find its illumination, its destiny. There's something about this moment. Because you're here and you exist, we come forward. A cycle ends and we find our destination. And it's because of the consciousness that you literally carried. Can't say it enough. Look at that. Ace of Wands. A literal prophecy, a new beginning. So that's this day, and we're talking about forward into 2020. We're going forward. Look at you. Do you see what can be created because of you, Pisces? See that shining city in the distance? Look at how wild and unruly this young man looks. He's been transformed. He's clearly open from the will center all the way up. And he's sending his intentions and his passionate inspiration because of what he knows. It is about passion. It is about love energy. It is about consciousness coming straight out of the void Do not doubt yourself. If ever there was a year not to doubt yourself, this is your energy. That's what my guides have been talking about for 3 years, okay? And the prophecy about the sacred magic. In this deck, Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck, that's the magician. It's the decider of will. And it is the consciousness that the guides are talking about that's coming out of the void, that you're meant to just stand in the fire of your love energy. Just sit and meditate and know yourself and walk through this year in that energy, because there's literal magic coming from the inspiration that you receive as you walk through this year. And you literally provide the consciousness of the water element to all the souls here that are trying so hard to find their desperation as we go through this year. So look, this is the last card on the human realm for my reading for the year ahead. There's the full moon. This is about a young man who stepped out to touch death. It was like a double dare that you could do, and you get a little prize from the king. And he had a vision about his world, about his place of being, burning to the ground. And isn't that what we have been? Okay, my guides are talking about, what has been served to us visually because of the news cycle and all the things that we get to know about. He had a sacred vision. Yeah. See if I can make this happen. He had a sacred vision. And he was able to literally use magic to create the world he wanted to create. All right. And what he had to do was go across into the sacred realm. That's why Heart of Sky came out, and the void. He literally did it. And Pisces, that's what your energy is being used for this coming year. Don't doubt it, even for a moment. So what he had to do was go to what the Irish call the underworld, which is the land of the fairies, and work magic together with the sacred feminine that he met there, a fairy woman, a banshee, who screams out a warning to create a positive outcome. So he had to go back and forth to the mystical realm. So just know, as you come through your year, that's what your energy is being used for. And a lot of you are going to experience it in your life, in your daily human life, because this card is on the human realm. All right. So know that you're going deep. The universe is using you, your energy, to bring all of humanity into and through the darkness, so that things can come to illumination, culmination. Tragedy can be averted. We can reach our destination. Very interesting how your energy is being used. And the fact that the first card out, don't forget, it's about sacred victory, right? So 6 of Wands, we see a person on a horse riding into the town square, victorious. That's what the guides want to talk with you about. So do not lose sight of that as you come through, given that some of the cards look a little frightening, okay? So here's the bridge card. It is you, right? Major Arcana, Counselor of Truth. The Sacred Hermit. Again, a notation of going really deep, to shine a light on the deep, to bring forward the light, because this cycle has been completed. It's very fascinating to me. And we are all sailing into a new destination. So for you, it's about using the depth. Okay, guys are talking about the other cards. Let me just hold them up. Use yourself, they're saying, as an example and as a way of understanding yourself when we go through the year. Okay, so, oops, sorry. Look, the Hermit goes deep within, right? Earth energy, in a sense, to light the pathway for their own understanding. And it sits next to this. It's like this on the table. Okay? Look. That's the prophecy that's coming forward. So don't doubt and understand yourself. You are to become through this journey, because you are showing us the way forward as your consciousness, Pisces consciousness, on which we, all of us adrift, all the souls here, reach our destination, and the light comes forward. So I hope I'm making it clear. Sometimes it's a little challenging to get the message out, But please understand, it's the touchstone of truth that you become, that you carry within you, that looks directly at the passage of the souls and the way they are growing into their destiny. And because of that, beautiful Pisces, nobody's surprised. We see this card a lot for you, right? The sacred initiate. That's the hanged man, the dedicator of sacred lore. So you're going deep, and your energy is being utilized in this way to help all of humanity find their pathway and come to the shore and allow the light to come into their lives. That's why you've been transforming the way that you have been. And look, next card. So I don't know if I said it. First card on the spirit realm. All right. The beautiful dedicator of sacred lore jumps blindfolded into the void to accept the sacred energy and the knowledge that is going to be needed from the goddess of sacrifice, who bestows the amulet on him. So my guides are just talking about, wanting to make sure that you understand that when we see the moon card on the day of the full moon in January of 2020, the inception point of this journey that you're going to have, and the way your energy is going to be utilized, which is why my guides have been talking about perfecting your energy. Know yourself, know your energy, go deep into the astrology and numerology of your chart, because you literally are the energetic set point that is being utilized in terms of consciousness for this future's invention, the weaving of the tapestry, all the, my guide just said the word ephemera. They're talking about the ways in which the messages have been coming through to me and from me. And now is the moment to really understand what all of that was about. And what it means to carry the sacred strings of energy of universal consciousness and universal love and the desire for that and the movement of humanity in that direction. Okay? If I can get them all in there. So that's where we're going. I'm going to publish a picture of the cards. Okay, hang on. They're changing their position while I'm doing the reading. Here's the last card. Look at that. The woman of skill who holds the sacred spool of destiny in her hands and has the ability to wind the thread of destiny around the sacred tower of inspiration. Do you see how there's energy in that tower? And my guides have been talking about quantum energy and physics and the way that joins with the sacred spiritual realm and et cetera, et cetera. Do you see how that arrow, in a sense, the line of light, look how activated this woman is. Standing in the mystical realm, there's the water element behind her. It's fascinating to me. So understand the inception point of these things as you go forward into this year. And rest assured that like this inception point, my guys keep saying inception point. So they're talking about today, they're talking about the eclipse, they're talking about January 2020 as an inception point for change in the human realm. What they've been talking about, futures invention, which I learned a lot about many years ago when I was in college. So they're talking about the foundation that we all have to reach victory based on all the things that you've learned and all the things you've become and the places that you've traveled to give you this giant basket full of knowledge and understanding that's going to affect this, because the cycle of being lost is done. And we can create what we want now. And this is the way your energy is being utilized. That's the outcome card, the sun card. And it's interesting because we have the dedicator of lore. And this is the protector of lore, the most positive card in the deck. And Pisces have no doubt about how your energy is being used. And so here's where we started, okay? These people are adrift. It's the end of a cycle. They don't know how to find their destination. They're trapped in mental fear. Then we see the cycle come out the way it has been described, the dedicator of lore, the counselor of truth, the ace of wands, culminating in this way. And what I love about this, I think it's hang on, let me see if I can do it correctly for once. Nope, of course not. All right, look. See that? That looks into that. Have no fear. Understand the intensity of what the universe is using your energy for in this moment of completion of a cycle and bringing forward a new foundation to humanity. That's the first card out that the guides wanted to speak to you about, and then the outcome card is that. So we have the counselor of truth, the dedicator of lore, and the protector of sacred lore standing, having been transformed, standing on the sacred ground of the ancient ones. Okay? So that's your mission, that's your guide forward for 2020. And, as I always say, Goddess willing, I'll be here to speak with you about that. So thank you so much for stopping by. I'm doing my best to let these days roll forward. I am moving to a new location today because this part of my cycle is complete. It's beautiful to me that it's happening on the day of the eclipse in the beautiful sign of Cancer as we all sail forward deeply in to the nomenclature and the place of existence. My guides are saying a lot of words like that, to the water element, sacred love energy, bringing forward a new structure while Pluto does its work in Capricorn. So thanks everybody for being here. Drop some messages. I'd love to hear from you, what's been going on in your life, and Goddess willing, I will be here and we will go forward into a new place of discovery this year. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks everybody. I'll talk to you soon.